Hi, welcome to this new series, CWI Practice Questions. I've designed these practice questions for aspiring CWI exam test takers or for those welding inspectors looking to refresh their knowledge with regards to welding inspection. This is just a 5 set of questions, so it is perfect to start your day basically. I will run through each of the choices so you will know the reason why it is a wrong or right answer. So let's get started. Who does a welding inspector talk to primarily if there is a case of multiple rejects in a weld by a welder? This personnel is present especially for big construction projects. So I basically have this experience wherein there is a multiple rejects produced by a welder, and as an inspector, as an engineer, who did I talk to address those issues? So A, welder, B, the welding engineer, C, welding foreman, D, the design engineer. So basically, if you direct your communication or you confront the welder, so maybe it may ensue a confrontation between you and the welder because typically for big construction projects, it has a tight schedule. So the pressure might be on the welder to produce multiple welds at that tight deadline or tight schedule. So it might not be a good idea to confront him directly if it has multiple rejects or he produced a multiple rejected welds. So letter B, welding engineer, basically is not responsible for this because he created the welding specification. So he will not be the one the welding inspector needed to talk to in this situation. Letter C, the welding foreman, is a good answer because the welding foreman basically he's the reporting supervisor for the welder. Basically, he has the rapport and the empathy to talk to the welder in case of multiple rejects and explain to him how he can rectify those defects. So letter D, the design engineer. The design engineer, he's responsible for creating the specification or the drawing that is needed to be implemented during construction, or the one that is referenced by the welder in terms of welding the structures or the components, basically to build it. So the answer here is the welding foreman. The foreman can communicate directly with the welder for the defects without a confrontation. So next question is, this is known to be the best quality for a welding inspector. A, maintenance of inspection records. B, good physical condition. C, professional attitude. D, experience. So basically, all of these qualities of a welding inspector is good. So what is the best amongst all of them? So letter A, maintenance of inspection records. Basically, some proponents or some owners of the plant, for example, needed the inspection records for reference in the future. So if there is a similar defect that occur in the plant, they may refer to that inspection record. So it is important for the welding inspector to maintain those inspection records in good condition so it can be referenced in the future, and it can be a good reference for those similar conditions that will happen. Good physical condition. Basically, the welding inspector needs to be in good physical condition for him to go to tight areas, confined spaces, hard to reach areas, or areas with at high elevation basically. So he needs to be in good condition for that. See, professional attitude. So this just the quality of a welding inspector to provide unbiased opinions based on facts, make his decisions based on facts, and to continuously learn throughout his tenure as a welding inspector. The experience basically enables the welding inspector to become more efficient in his work activities. Basically, he can streamline those activities and become more efficient of providing judgment in terms of whether to pass the weld or not. And basically, because of his experience, he has a knowledge of good knowledge, good reference knowledge of what or how he can pass those or reject those weld that he inspected. The answer here is letter C. So this enables professional attitude. This enables the welding inspector to conduct himself properly in the workplace and to continuously learn. By the way, so you can pause the question if or pause the video at any time if you need to think of the answers prior to me explaining the rationale of each of the choices. So you can do that. So what do you call a body of law which, if used in a job specification or contract, can be exerted with the full legal authority of the law? A. Code, B. Standard, C. Specification, D. All of the above. So basically, a standard is a reference document in which the specification of an equipment or in this case a weld is basically compared to if it complies with the acceptance criteria. The specification is just a list of parameters on it, not to go on a tangent, but the welding procedure specification is the best example for a specification because it lists the needed specs for the weld. For example, the electrical current, the base metal, the filler metal, and the technique for the welding as well. So the answer here is A, code. So for example, if AWSD 1.1, which is a code for structural welding of structural steel, is used and is called upon in the contract or job specification, if accidents happen or lapses are made during construction of that project or that maintenance activity, and is found that there are non-compliance with the code, the engineer on record or the ones responsible for it may be called upon or subpoenaed in a court of law to basically be questioned regarding his compliance or lack thereof of compliance with regards to the code that's supposed to be used in that contract. Next question. Which of the following is not a standard used in the CWI examination Part C? So the Part C of the CWI exam is basically an open book where the examiner must choose in the following standards or in a set of standards. So basically, he doesn't need to be just inspecting that code or standard when he passed the exam. He basically can do it, but in the CWI exam, you need to choose just one. So which of the following in this question is basically what you can choose? So A, AWSD 1.1, B, API 1104, C, ASME 9, D, API 610. So AWSD 1.1, as I've talked about earlier, is the structural code for steel. API 1104 is the welding of pipeline and related facilities. ASME 9 is welding and brazing procedure qualifications. But basically, AWSD 1.1 also has a pre-qualification of welding procedure specification. And letter D, API 610, is for centrifugal pumps for petroleum and petrochemical industries. So the answer here is letter D, API 610. This for centrifugal pumps used in petroleum and petrochemical industries. This is not used as a standard in the open book part of the CWI exam. Okay, so last question for the day. So the welding inspector is considered to be blank of the welding engineer in the field. So letter A, right hand, B, assistant, C, lead, D, eyes. So basically, this what happens between how you can inspect the quality of the weld. So there's what you call a quality assurance and a quality control. Basically, the one responsible for the quality assurance, meaning the creation of specifications, the quality standards, is the welding engineer. So basically, does that. And implements that in a construction project or in a maintenance activity in the plant, for example. So the welding inspector is in charge of the quality control, meaning he validates if those weld is complying to the welding or quality standards that the welding engineer produces or implemented. So from that idea, you can basically have a deduction of what is the right answer here. So letter D, eyes. So the welding inspector is in charge of the quality control of the specifications created by the welding engineer, hence the eyes. If you want to kickstart your journey to become a CWI, I have a link down below in the description that will take you through a free online course regarding the introductory part of the fundamentals of the CWI exam. Basically, it covers the welding inspector roles and responsibilities and the welding safety practices. It also has a sample questions like these that you can practice with as a part of your preparation towards becoming a CWI. So if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more. See you on the next one.